Buenos días, señora.
Hola.
Estoy perdido. ¿Ruta sur para Colchagua, para San Fernando?
Sí, correcto, correcto. Va muy bien.
Ah, gracias. Okay, so the north in Chile means south, guys.
I wonder if it's
Really
like
A polar.
southern hemisphere thing.
I actually
Oh my
thought
God,
the
I
same
thought
thing,
the same.
Heather. You go north to go south. I really think that I think we
Oh
live
my
in
God.
Bizarro world. We're in Bizarro world.
So we did get lost getting from Santiago to the Colchagua Valley. Fortunately, we came upon one of the oldest wineries in the Colchagua Valley. The name is Casa Silva, and it was probably one of the most beautiful settings that we had at the Colchagua Valley. I didn't know this about Chile, but apparently people play polo in Chile. And so one of the areas in the winery was dedicated to training people who play polo with the beautiful horses. Bella actually got to spend some time visiting some of the horses, and most of the horses actually had names that referred to wineries or types of grapes. It was really, really cool. We had a chance to tour the facilities and visit the special place where they put the best wine they have on the ground. It had a beautiful setup for weddings and parties. A room that had a bunch of antique cars that were absolutely beautiful. The wine at Casa Silva wasn't like amazing, but it was very drinkable. We actually had a chance to find it in Brazil as well, because that's one of the countries where they export the wine.
The main grape in Chile is Cabernet Sauvignon, it's red grapes. So the second is Merlot. Maybe 54% in all Chile is Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% is Merlot, and then the rest, the other grapes. My name is Marcelo. For a long time I live in Santiago, in the city. And here is so relaxed life. I prefer to stay here. I think the best here is the weather. Yes. It's so warm here. I like that. And people here are so friendly, so kind. Yeah. I'm so happy to stay here. So I love wine too.
Montgras was my favorite. Marcelo, he had so much information. He was so excited about the wine and talking about how it's created and the different grapes and the way that the land and the ground affects each grape and how that affects the wine and the barrels. And he had so much information, and you could tell that this was his dream.
Normally in your glass, when you take some wine, especially in red, normally 20% of characteristics of this wine give the wood. For example, you find some touch of vanilla, chocolate, coffee from the wood.
From the wood.
So 80% the characteristic of this is from oxide. The grapes first, and then the terroir.
How does the winemaker know what the oak is going to give, what characteristic the oak is going to give the wine?
The toast. The toast is when the pour fire inside and give the toast. And normally toast can be some medium or more low or more high.
Right.
Normally a medium toast give more vanilla, chocolate, or different characteristics. Normally we use medium toast. The lead Merlot is so similar in my hand.
Okay.
This is Merlot, and on the other hand is Carmenere. What is the difference? It's not marine.
Go for it, Marco. Mix them in. Cabernet and Merlot. Go for it.
No, just
I cut 'em, but we
in
just did
some
it.
tasting, for example.
Okay.
We visited a small winery called Hartwig that had decent wines, but that was not the highlight. The coolest thing was that the wine tasting was done outside in this beautiful setting with this old house near some huge eucalyptus trees and by a bunch of Cabernet vineyards. Marco got to ride on a little chariot pulled by horses among the grapes of Cabernet Sauvignon, and that was absolutely cool. at the Viu Manent winery, we were super late. And we got to try, I think, one of the best wines in Chile.
We're like an hour late for our winery appointment, which is very South American of us, so.
We have 3 estates. Yeah, so we try to reflect the very best of each estate.
Each estate, okay.
The Cabernet Sauvignons, La Capilla, 2012. Remember that is the date of the harvest, okay, not the delivery of the wine to sales. This wine was 16 months in oak. Okay.
All right, this is the 100-year wine.
We produced only 15,000 bottles of this vintage, okay, the 2011. And this vintage is 100% okay,
It's called Viu 1. I bought a bottle of it and we later drank it in Las Cruces. But it was a little bit pretentious.
Okay, so I think we just tasted the absolute best Malbec in all Chile.
So we found the bed and breakfast that we were supposed to stay at, and they were actually doing renovations at the time, but it was really nice. We were pretty much like the only people there. Heather was so sick, like she was in bed the entire time. She literally, you ask her about it, she doesn't even remember what the place looked like at all. Like, we'll show her pictures, and she's like, yeah, I don't remember that. But Marco and I got to jump in the pool, which was freezing cold because it was like spring, so it was super, super cold. The place was called Bella Vista, which is my name, so it was my place, which is pretty great. We are very close to our beach house in Las Cruces.
There were some signs, but we were driving for the first time without any maps and no GPS, and we weren't always finding the right directions to get from one place to another.
So Marco, what beautiful drink do we have here today? Water. Taste it. What does it taste like?
Water.